I think we will get started. We may have a family or two joining us yet, but I knew it was going to be a small group tonight. We have a couple of families who were here last night because they have children in kindergarten also. And then a couple of others that were unable to be here tonight. So that brought our group down by quite a bit. But we'll get started. Welcome. We're so glad to have you all here tonight. We are so excited to be getting our school open back up again and that you're going to be a part of it. It's going to be a year that might look a little different than it usually does for us, but we know it's going to be a special year and it's going to be a great year. Pastor's going to get us started first thing, so then I'll do some more talking.
My name is Pastor Dan Burgess, and you're going to see me around quite a little bit. I usually meet everybody at the gate in the mornings at drop-off and do a little high fives or tie shoes or whatever else needs to get done. And then I'm usually around at pickup times as well to help carry things, or if you need an extra hand or something, that's what I'm there for. My wife says I'm good for lifting heavy things. And that's what I do. I also do a lot of the teaching. I teach 4 key concepts classes through the school and the church. So if you haven't taken a class yet and you want to, and it's available 3 days a week right now. Tuesday nights at 7 p.m., Saturdays at 9 a.m., Sundays at 9:15 a.m. And this is designed to teach you what the kids are being taught throughout the year. On an adult level, it's pretty simple, pretty easy, but it answers a lot of questions. And right now I have a Tuesday night class going on and a Sunday morning class going on, but those dates, as soon as they become available, I'll let everybody know. And if you want to take a class on Saturday mornings, I have that available immediately. So there's that. I also want to talk to you about the frustrations that we feel, because I have 3 kids. I have a 6-year-old and a 13 and 11-year-old. And right now we are in a lot of the same feelings and frustrations that you are, because everything is different and decisions are being made without my input. And I think my input is pretty good, but decisions are being made that impacts the way we live and telling us what we can and can't do and how we have to go to school differently even. And it's the most frustrating thing to know that I had no decision-making power in this, and it's portrayed in the way that I act at times and the way I come home and I talk about it. And I'm afraid at times that it's rubbing off on my kids. And I've been making a very conscious effort to have that positive attitude, to look for the minor victories in life, and to share that with my children, because they're going to interact with others and to show what I show, what my wife shows. Are we showing frustration and disappointment all the time? Or are we taking the best, or making the best of the situation that we're in? And that's difficult to do. Our theme for this year is, with God, all things are possible. And I think that's a very fitting theme, knowing what we're all facing right now, and what we're going through, and the changes that we've all had to make. With God, all things are possible. For me, that means that I know we win. In the end, no matter what is coming around the world now, we win. I've read the last page of the book, and Jesus wins. And because Jesus wins, I know that we win. There is nothing that can hold us down. Now, sometimes on a daily basis, it doesn't feel like we're winning. It feels like we're struggling and fighting to breathe and to move and to keep moving forward. And yet, every day, God still says, I got this. With God, all things are possible. Even if I don't see it. Even if I don't feel like it's working out for my good and to give God glory. He promises again and again in His Word that it does work out. Even if I don't see it, He's still working. So, I don't want to take any more of Beth's thunder here, so I'll let her get back to her talk to you. Just remember that we are going with God's blessings as we open our school year. And with that, we cannot fail. God doesn't make mistakes. He doesn't fail. With God's blessings, we win.
Thank you, Pastor. I've got a little PowerPoint here that we'll go through to give you a little information about our school and how our school year is going to go. First page is, normally, we have these back to school nights, and church is full because everybody's here at the same time, the whole staff is here, and I'm introducing everyone. Well, it doesn't quite look like that tonight. So, I am Beth Marquardt. I'm the director. I'm the 3-year-old teacher. I have my TA here, Christina DiMartino. So, this is the team your children will see. For right now, Christina's working Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. Again, our groups are a little small. We have 10 enrolled in the 3-year-old group right now, but they come on varying days. So Tuesday, Thursday, the group is a little smaller. As soon as we add a child or two more, Christina's going to be there every day with me. For right now, on Tuesdays and Thursdays, it will be me in the mornings. And Miss Kelly, who's the office manager, is right across the hall from our room, so she's there for your questions, or she will find you if she has questions from you. She's also right there. If I need something, I can holler, and she'll promise she will come running into the room to help me out. So it's all going to work out just fine. I'd like to say you'll see the other teachers around, but I don't know how much that's going to be happening either. I just know that I am extremely proud of the whole staff that we do have. We have absolutely wonderful qualified teachers, fabulous, they're wonderful with children. I've been at quite a few schools and been doing this for quite a long time, and truly this is by far the best staff I've ever worked with. They are a group of awesome, awesome ladies, so we are very excited to be getting started on our school year this year. We've missed everyone a lot. Every month, I will send a school newsletter home just to fill you in on what's happening at school, what's been going on, what's coming up. There probably won't be as many of the activities as we usually have, but I'll find something to tell you every month and send that newsletter home. You have a welcome copy, the first edition for this year, in your folder this evening. It also has information on there always on how to contact me. So if ever you have any questions, find me, email me, call the school, whatever you need to do. I promise I will get back to you and answer those questions that you might have. We also communicate via ClassTag, an online way for schools to use, a platform that we started last year. It worked quite well. So I will be entering email addresses for all of you tomorrow. You should then, I believe, get an invitation to join ClassTag. So please look for that. Do that. I will send home a weekly newsletter electronically, letting you know what's coming up in the next week in our classroom, what fun things we're going to be learning about. So you have an idea when your child comes home and says, we're learning about this and this and this. Oh, yep. One other thing I was going to mention for Christina and myself, Mrs. Marquardt and Mrs. DiMartino can be mouthfuls. So, we would be happy if your child called us Miss Beth and Miss Christina this year. Please feel free to refer to us that way, okay? I answer to most anything these days. Mom, Grandma, even got Grandpa once. I'm like, not so sure about that. But Miss Beth is just fine. I do not have a problem with that at all. Let's see, so ClassTag, be watching for that. Information will be coming home to you through that format. I did want to talk a little bit about the pandemic handbook that I sent home to all of you. You sent the receipts back, but let's just touch base on a couple of those things that are in there. Before I get started on that, I do need to brag on our school just a little bit. Our state surveyor was here today. We are licensed by the state of Nevada as a child care. She comes twice a year. I was expecting her visit any time because I could just put in all of our information to renew our license. She came today and she was, just full of compliments for our school. Everything was wonderful, not one deficiency. It was, in fact, it was a new surveyor, and the gal that was a surveyor previously said, you'll love going to Water of Life. They've always got everything all together. Everything's always terrific there. And she found it to be that way today also. She was extremely impressed on how our classrooms were set up, how clean they were. She could tell everything had been cleaned, disinfected, ready to go for our kiddos on Monday. So I just, it just makes makes me proud, because it's a whole team effort here, and things are looking good, and it was pretty awesome. Usually the surveyors laugh at me, because when they're there, I'm going, okay, what else do you need? What can I do? I get so nervous. The last one said, Beth, calm down, you're just fine here. It's like, yeah, but it still makes me nervous when you walk in the door and I know they're going to be evaluating all of our hard work. So, but it turned out just great today. Okay, so, drop off in the morning. Do not come to the front door of school. If you come between 7:50 and 8:15, please go to the playground gate. Miss Kelly has been designated our guardian of the gate. She's going to have that gate open. That's usually locked at all times because we don't want anybody getting into the playground. But for right now, for that short period of time, it will be open, and we want you to just come around the building and come into the door of the playground, our classroom door, which would be the first one. We felt that would ease up a lot on the congestion in the entryway at school, and it would give all of us teachers a chance to say good morning to you. Otherwise, we don't get to see the parents at all, and we would all miss that terribly. So if there's a little something you need to tell me, if there's a little something I need to tell you, we can do it directly. When your child comes to the door, we will take their temperature. We will make sure they're not running a fever. We'll talk to them a little bit, make sure they're feeling well for the day. If they would have a temperature of 100.4 or higher, we would have to send you home. They would have to go home. And normally our policy is fever-free for 24 hours. With the situation and the conditions we're in right now, it has to be fever-free for 48 hours. So what we'll do is even send a piece of paper home with you saying the earliest you could come back is such a day, such a time, okay? We're just, again, all these things are being done for all of our safety, for their safety, for our safety. If your child is not feeling well, please, please just keep them home. Just keep them home. They'll miss some fun, but they'll make up for it another day and be feeling much better. In the long run, that will work out much better. So the playground gate will be open till 8:15. If you happen to arrive 8:15, and it's perfectly fine if you do, then go to the front door. And you will get a key code for our keypad at the front door. We'll be wiping that down with a wipe in between everybody. It's a good thing that it's convenient to be wiped down. And come in the front door. The teachers and Miss Kelly will be doing all the signing in and signing out of the kids. Normally you would be doing it on a computer. We have a fingerprint pad. We're suspending that for right now also. So we'll do all the entering, the sign-ins and sign-outs on the computer. So there's just fewer things that everybody touches. Come to the front door, Kelly will sign your child in, Kelly will take their temperature and escort them to the room. It's across the hallway, but she'll bring them to the classroom for me, but she'll be doing that for all the classrooms for the children that arrive after 8:15. And then if you pick your child up at noon, please come to the playground gate again and pick them up directly from the classroom through the door of the playground. Did I catch everything for sign in and sign out this time? I think so. Once we're in the classrooms, as I've been told my staff at the meeting, been telling all the parents, we're going to be saying wash your hands, wash your hands, wash your hands, wash your hands all the time. They'll wash their hands when they come in, they'll wash their hands when they go out, they'll wash their hands before snack, they'll wash their hands after snack. We will run around with the Clorox wipes as often as we can get them, as many times as we can, wiping things down. We have special cleaners, disinfectants that we spray the tables with to make sure everything stays sanitized and disinfected. We're being extra vigilant also with washing all the toys, making sure they stay clean. Again, doing everything we possibly can to make sure we have a safe environment for your child. I have to go back to the Surveyor once more. She had a 2-page checklist today of COVID procedures. We got them all. We were already doing every one of them. I'm like, yes! Sorry. It just, in these days when you're not sure if you're making the right decisions and you're not sure what's happening, it just felt really good for somebody to say, good job, you're on top of it. She said, we are fine to be open. We are fine to have our normal-sized classrooms. She said, it's good you're starting out with a small group this year. That's how everybody is. She has not been to a center that is not down on numbers this year. But she said, you are good to go. You are doing everything right. And it's great that we're getting these places back open again so the kiddos can be together and we can have our programs again. So it just, like I said, felt really good to hear that from her and to know that we're heading in the right direction. We're doing great. Let me see. Beyond that, I know there are still a lot of what ifs. What if this happens? What if that happens? What if a case is reported? What if somebody's exposed to someone that has COVID? I cannot give you all those details for all those different scenarios right now. But please know, just as we have already been in close contact with child care licensing, with Southern Nevada Health District, we're watching what the CDC has to say. You know, we're following all the procedures. We will continue to do so. If there's anything like that happens, I will be contacting the correct agency to find out what our procedure needs to be. And as soon as I know that, you will also know. I will let all the parents know. You know, we pray it doesn't happen, but should it happen, it might be the case that we have to close a room or the school for a day or two or a week to make sure everything is completely cleaned, sanitized, and disinfected again. Again, we're praying we don't have to go down that road, but it is possible. And as soon as I find out what we're supposed to do, I'll let you know, and we will be doing it. So just wanted you to make you aware of that. Any questions about special procedures, things? The 3 and 4-year-olds are not required to wear masks. The teachers will have masks on. The little ones don't have to. If you are more comfortable sending your child in a mask, by all means, please do. We will keep it on them just as much as we possibly can. Obviously, they don't have to wear it when they're having snack or when they go outside. But if you would like your child to have a mask, please send one to school. We ask that you wear one when you come on campus, but they do not have to have one. Any questions? I'll go on. Let's talk about some other fun stuff. We have school T-shirts. We're proud of our school. You are, in your folder, there's an order blank where you can order your child a school T-shirt. Very reasonable price. It can be billed to your account. All you got to do is fill out that order form. Miss Kelly has samples of colors and sizes in the back if you want to take a look. That doesn't have to be turned in tonight. It can be if you want to and get it all taken care of. Otherwise, you can put it in your child's folder in the backpack. I'll find it and we'll turn it into the office. Or you can talk to Miss Kelly about it. There are also adult shirts if any grown-ups want to proudly wear a Water of Life school shirt and advertise our school. We appreciate that. They're nice shirts, so it's up to you. You know, if you'd like one, just fill in the order blank and place that order. One of the special things that we are still able to have this year are our pizza days. It's the first Friday of the month, starting in September. It is available for all the children, whether they stay half days or full days. We bring the pizza in from, it's always been Little Caesars, right? At 11:30, so even the half-day children can participate in that. We charge you $40 for the whole year, and it's taken care of for the whole year. It includes, you know, pizza, some other side, apple slices or something, and a cookie for dessert. You know, that, like I said, this is one thing we can do. We always serve, when we serve food, we put gloves on anyway, so it's not going to, you know, it's things that will meet all the criteria continuing. So that order blank is in your folder if you would like to participate in that. If your child stays all day, you do have to send along bedding for the cots, and that gets sent home each day. In years past, it's been once a week, to be longer. This year, we have to send it back and forth every day. We have to disinfect the cots every day. So cots are made, cots are stripped, bedding is sent home and sent back the next day. I just left this slide in here because I like to wish maybe we'll get to some of these fun school events this year. This is normally one of my favorite slides, and I would get to tell you about all the fun things we do at Water of Life. Right now, we can't plan any pastries for parents. We can't plan a program right now. Hopefully sometime as the year goes by, we will still be able to do that. If you notice on the school calendar, I left the end of the year program in. I'm thinking positive. By the end of the year, I'm hoping we'll be able to have our school program. But we really were a small enough school that we really enjoy doing these things and putting things on for you. I like to think of us as a little family. And we have a lot of fun together and enjoy time spent together. If you have any paperwork, Miss Kelly gets that. If she needs any paperwork, she will find you, believe me. She will hunt you down if there's anything you need to get to her yet. She also has the key codes for the door if you need those yet. Normally this is where I would turn it over to the classroom teacher. Okay, 3-year-old teacher. Hi, I'm Miss Beth. And yeah, it's me. So you still get to listen to me for a couple more minutes. Just a couple of things in the folder. I put a sample of my weekly newsletter, so the first edition of that is in there. That's what it will look like. I will send it home electronically. Unless you'd really like a hard copy, I can print some up and put it in the folder. You know, we found that it seemed more people just wanted it electronically. And what it is, it just lets you know some of the things we're going to be doing the next week at school, what we're going to be talking about. There's also a daily schedule here. It's a good variety of things. We have times where we're sitting on the carpet, times where we get to go play, times when we're sitting at the table, times when we get to go outside, times when we have snack. You know, it's back and forth. I know their attention span isn't very long, so we try to keep them busy all day, try to keep it moving. One of the things I laughed at is that normally I have a small group time. Well, the whole group is a small group this year, so that's usually where we split the class in half and let each one do something with each of us as a small group. But until the class grows a little bit, we'll just do those activities together. It's okay. But we have a lot of fun. We do a lot of singing. I guarantee your child will come home tired at the end of the day because we've kept them busy all day. I go home tired at the end of the day also. If you have any questions about that, feel free to ask me, okay? The other sheet I put in there was just a little explanation about my classroom management philosophy. I feel the best thing I can do with your kids is keep them busy. That will take care of a lot of the problems right there. With a 3-year-old class, we're learning how school works. We're learning what a schedule at school is. We're learning that, yep, there's times to sit on the carpet, there's times to do this, there's times to do that. We're learning how to share. Sometimes there's problems with that, so we talk about it. And if it continues to be a problem, I might have a child come and just sit down by me for a minute, and we'll talk a little more about it, and we'll talk about what a better idea would be to do, and then we go try again. You know, no big deal. We're all there. I know they're learning. I know they're little. I know this is for most of them the first time they've been in a situation like this. So we all learn from each other, we learn together. As I put on there, my little rule of thumb is that we use kind words and kind actions. That's pretty much it in a nutshell. At one of the other schools I was at, it was a school that went up to 8th grade. The 8th grade teacher even used that with his 8th grade kids. He said, I love that. Even 8th graders can follow that philosophy. Kind words and kind actions takes care of a lot of problems in any grade classroom. Just a couple other reminders. Please make sure your child has a water bottle at school every day. If by chance they forget, we have bottled water for them. But we are not allowed to use drinking fountains right now. That was one of the things our surveyor said today. We have filtered water, so we can fill your child's water bottle. The water, you know, filtered water, so it's safe water. But please make sure they have a water bottle with their name on it. One other thing I wanted to hit, once a month we have a fire drill or a shelter-in-place drill. I want you to know that we're doing that. So when your child comes home and said, we had a fire at school today, you will know it wasn't really a fire, it was a fire drill. Or if they come home and say, Mom, the teacher took us home in the bathroom today, Don't freak out, okay? That's one of our disaster drills. I call it the bathroom game. We all have to go and sit in the bathroom till we get the all clear and we can come back out. So I will try to warn you if one of those things has happened, but I don't always remember. And I wanted to make sure to tell you that so that, you know, I would understand if you would question that. That's perfectly fine. We welcome birthday treats if your child has a birthday. But again, this year, it can't be a big deal. Just, you know, store-bought treat, individually wrapped. So like the Rice Krispie bars that are in each one in its own package. That would be a great idea for this year, okay? Like I said, perfectly fine. We love to celebrate birthdays, but the treats have to look a little bit different. Talked about the newsletter, talked about calling us Miss Beth and Miss Christina. I think I'm almost done. Questions from you? Really? None? I am excited about this year. I am so looking forward to being back in the classroom again. You just don't know. It breaks my heart when I can't be with the kiddos. I've done this for a long time, and that's why, because I love being with them. So now bring all your goodies, your folder, and all your supplies. Let's walk over and go into the classroom. I've got the cubbies all marked. You can find your child's cubby. You can leave the supplies there. We just ask that you don't hang around too long because it is ready to go for Monday morning. Okay, thanks so much everyone for being here. And if you have any questions as we walk over or as we're in the classroom, please feel free to ask.